Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Neo Nails, and today I will be sat on the floor all day because we are doing toenails. First time ever. So these are my gorgeous toes. Now I hate my feet.
Yours.
Yeah, look at my. I don't bit of toe jam there, bit of toe jam.
Oh, jam. Never heard it called that before.
So you can see that I wear a lot of fake tan.
Is that why you?
Obviously, it's worn off my skin on my foot. However, the nails are still heavily stained with fake tan because I've not done my toes for so long and it's summertime, so I'm going to show you how to do a gel polish on my toes, and we're also going to build out this little corner a little bit as well to make it super square. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off that clear top coat I've got. And that is just a nail varnish. It's not gel polish or anything like that. So I'm just going to use acetone for that. And people will say to me, what have you done today at work? I just sat on the floor all day. So when I take off that bit of nail varnish, it will dehydrate the nail, and it's also going to take some of the staining from the fake tan away. Not all of it though. It's so important to prep the toenails right before doing a gel polish, else you just don't get that clean, crisp look. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ease back the cuticles with a cuticle pusher quite gently. I'm not going to be quite forceful because I'm going to use the electric file around the cuticles just to tidy those up. God, you can tell I have not done these for a long time. I feel like I'm revealing 1/4 inch of nail. I'm then going to take some of the gel residue wipe solution, and this is going to be to clean. So I'm going to literally scoop underneath my nail and make sure it's nice and clean. And anything that comes off, all that dead skin that comes off, I'm going to wipe with the gel residue wipe off solution. I do quite like doing this. I think I'm just a little bit weird. You can use the cuticle knife as well. It depends how confident you are, I suppose. But this is not that sharp. It's just a good little tool to scoop underneath. You don't want to create too much pressure pointing down. You're going across. Don't anchor it up. You don't want to put pressure on the natural nail because you could cause a split. And then especially if you've grown a little bit of length. I like a little bit of length on toenails, but not too much. If I could show you Faye's toenails, Faye leaves her toenails so they're long. Not as long as her fingernails, but oh my God, it's just a bit ridiculous.
That's gross.
I know, because the thing is, it can cause trauma to the nail bed by leaving them too long. Because imagine if the nail is coming higher than the actual end of your toe, the amount of pressure that it puts on your natural nail bed is just not good. It can cause all kinds of damage. So I'm going to use an electric file now. I'm going to go round the cuticle and I'm exfoliating that skin, slightly touching the nail. And you see how I'm going in this motion, so I'm creating this sort of J shape coming down the side. The rotation of the electric file is pushing away from the nail, and you can exfoliate any of that dry skin I always get a little bit of dry skin on this side, really, due to just wear, shoes, trainers, whatever it is you wear, you'll get that bit of pressure there. And around this side, and again, just exfoliating that dry skin. I am not doing a full pedicure. This is just something I do when I'm doing a gel polish. The reason I'm doing it is because I want this cuticle area to be free from dead skin. If it's not free from dead skin, it will interfere with your polish application. So that's a lot. I see that a lot. People just, you know, push the cuticles back and then whack on the gel polish. If you just do that, sometimes you've got all this dry skin around on the nail and it interferes with the application. You don't get the cuticle area quite as neat. So that's the main thing I'm doing here. So I'm going to go round and do this on all of my little toes. I do have little feet. Anybody guess the size of my feet?
Tiny.
We're going to have, I want your comment. There you are, that's my foot.
You have to put it next to a file. Just for scale.
Yeah, it's not a massive foot. And that's because I'm only little. A lot of people meet me for the first time and they go, "My God, you're so little." And I'm like, yeah, I must look taller on camera. I don't know how.
Yeah, they normally say that the camera adds £10. It must add like 10 centimetres to you or something.
Yeah, 10 centimetres and £10. Nobody said to me you're skinnier than them.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just must look fat. I don't care. This one has a little bit more. Now, the ring finger of my toes, so like even on both of them, on these two, I always have a bit of trouble with them. Now, if you look at the toe, look at the size of that. It's like a lump hammer. What is that all about? I mean, look how crooked that one is. That one's not, wow, look just, what is that all about? But this one, it's such a weird shape.
Toes are such a strange thing when you actually look at them properly.
Especially individually.
Yeah.
Look, what is that about? Like this one curves to the shape of this one. But this, I always have a bit of trouble with them, with sensation. I don't have full sensation in both of, you know, this sort of fourth toe along. I don't have full sensation. I have no idea why. I've never been to the doctors. Maybe I should go to the doctors. But it's not like caused me any pain or anything like that. So I've not really done anything about it. Maybe I should. Maybe somebody can tell me what they think it is.
So if you're doing pedicures in like or just toes in a salon, what's the seating positions for that?
Oh, they're definitely not sat on the floor.
Right.
So they tend to be sat high. So lots of people have either pedicure chairs that are higher and you'll have a stool so you sit lower.
Right.
They even have, like, I've seen beautiful built up stations, so they'll build up like a platform and the seating will be on the platform and then the technician will be sat lower so they are in a comfortable position to do the toes.
Right.
But this is the most comfortable.
To do your own.
Yeah, to do my own. This is like the best way for me.
I suppose it's the only way you can do it, really, because I suppose you could sit on a seat and just tuck your leg up, but
Sometimes I do this. So I'll go like
That's not very good for camera though.
not good for camera, but I can really see. You know, if you've got like a troublesome area, you can really have a really good look at that by cocking your leg up like that. However, not everybody can do this. Not everybody is this flexible. And, you know, it'll hurt after a while. Right, so now I've done that, I'm going to use my 240 grit file, and I'm going to file straight across. You can slightly round these corners. Don't think that you can't. It is a bit of a myth. Imagine if this corner is super sharp, it will grow into your skin.
I didn't grow on toenails.
Yeah, you've got to have just a soft curve. Then it'll just ease past the skin at the side. If you keep them super square, super sharp, you're going to start, it'll grow up and it'll start eating into the skin, especially if you've got, you know, quite a lot of skin. And some people have, oh my God, they have the most amazing C curves on their toenails, but they're getting growing toenails. Cassidy, my daughter, has that.
Yeah, I'd have an operation.
Did you?
Yeah. I'd take like the root out on the sides.
Yeah. So it wouldn't grow back.
Yeah.
I think everybody wants to see.
Oh no, absolutely. I've got toenails.
You just don't grow.
It didn't grow like at the sides, but then all that happens is your skin kind of comes in anyway, so it's a bit silly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You get skin there now instead that's now touching the nail.
Yeah, it's touching the nail anyway.
It must be a proven thing for them to do, because they do it a lot, don't they? I see it quite a lot. So I'm just going to straighten up my nails and then make them square and a soft corner. Now I'm going to take a block buffer and I'm just going to go over the nail, and you'll see that that fake tan stain is going away now. We're buffing that away, and by using the block I'm actually getting rid of that shine, prepping the nail ready for the gel polish. Making sure you get all of the nail. So you want to use the corner of that block to skip around that cuticle area. Dust off. Going to wipe over now with gel residue wipe off solution. Right, what I'm going to do now is show you a little trick I do. So some of you might have toe separators and things like that. Toe separators are really difficult to clean thoroughly. So why not have a disposable one? In the form of a bit of kitchen towel. All I'm going to do is twirl like this. Make it into like a long little snake. And I'm going to go through the toes. I can hold that at the back of the toe, back of the big toe. And I'm going to wrap these around. And there you are. You have your toes separated, cheap, easy, and you can throw it away. What I am going to do is I'm going to base coat the big toe. That's all I'm going to do first of all, because I want to put a little bit of Acrogel on that corner to make it slightly squarer. You see how I feel like I'm missing a little corner there? So this corner, we're going to build that out, but we need base coat on first. So we are going to cure that. I'm going to use Baby Blush from the Urban Graffiti Acrygel range. I won't need a massive amount. That will be plenty, more than enough. So this needs to sit on top of the base coat. Just going to pop that on there. I'll need some gel residue wipe-off solution in my little damping dish, because that is going to be used on my brush, tap tap, and then I can mould the Acrygel, put that exactly where I want it. So it's mainly going to go in the corner, and then I'll feather this out onto the rest of the nail so we have some support. You don't want to just do that corner, because the chances are it will break if it hasn't got support on the rest of the nail as well. So I'm going to come right to the side. You see how it's filling out that corner. Some people put acrylic on toes. I find it's too hard for toes and it can cause nail separation. And that's just my opinion. Don't slate me for my opinion. So you can see how we've got a thin layer across the nail, and that will support this corner. It's like the anchor men. You want to get it as neat as you can, so you've got minimal filing. And this technique can be used for people who have, got really short nail beds, and you can just build it out a little bit. Would never go longer than the tip of the toe. You don't want to cause stress on the natural nail. Once you're happy with that, we're going to cure that. Gel residue wipe-off solution. I'm going to take off the tacky layer, so there will be a sticky layer. You can see that goes nice and matte. So you can now see why I didn't put the base coat on these nails, because I'm going to create dust by filing the Acrygel. So we're just going to file this so it's nice and smooth. You won't have a lot of filing to do because we made it as neat as we could.
I suppose that's a good thing with Acrygel as well, because you can use the gel residue, you can really smooth it down before it goes in, yeah?
Yeah. Again, you want to round off that corner a little bit. For those that might be thinking, would you ever create like a stiletto on a toenail? No. That's just weird. People have sent me pictures.
Strange shoes.
People have sent me pictures.
What?
People with sandals on and these long stilettos on the toes.
God.
No, it's not a good look, that isn't, is it? Imagine all the nastiness you'll get underneath, and
imagine all the ripped off toenails. Oh,
not nice. I'm going to go over with my buffer now. Dust off the other ones as well. I'm going to go over again with the gel residue wipe-off solution, and we know that that is all free of dust then, and it's all ready for the base coat. Now, some people skip the base coat when they do toes.
Why?
Because they think it doesn't actually work. Let me tell you, the base coat not only will help with adhesion, it will also create a smooth layer for your gel polish colour to go onto. So I've seen people do it where they don't, maybe they just can't be bothered, I don't know, maybe they don't have any base coat, and they'll put it on, and you'll see like from the where it's been filed. It's strange. It's not as smooth. So it'll give you, using the base coat will give you a nice smooth, clean result. So we're going to base coat all of the toenails now. We've still got the separators in. I'm going to cure that. We're going to use Firecracker today. I'm going to use red because I want to show you how to do a nice neat application, and red will really show up well. So I've dragged off one side. You need to note that. Don't just pull it straight out. You're going to really drag off that one side, and then you're going to go down with the side of the brush that has the product. You're going to start back there, then you're going to ease it back again. I'm going to tuck it in at the sides, then I've dragged off the brush completely, and I'm going to pull any bulk back, pulling that all the way back to the tip. Any on the skin, I have got a brush that's got a little bit of gel residue wipe off solution on to just sweep that away. Make sure you clean the brush and re-dip it into the gel residue wipe off solution, else you'll just sort of spread it around. Now what I'm going to use is a pointy tool and get in close, and I can move the gel around to get even closer to the cuticle. It'll look even neater. I'm going to cure the big toe, and then when I do the smaller toes, I'm going to pat the excess off, so side to side on the bottle. No, I dodged my cuticle. Get that out. There we are. So just use my little brush to sweep that out. So tap, tap, tap. So you're taking off the excess from the brush. So I'm going to use my little tool again just to ease that a little bit closer. Obviously, the closer you creep to the cuticle, the longer the toenails will last, the longer the colour will last, you know, you're not going to get as much regrowth. My little toe is the hardest to get the cuticle because I have so much protruding skin and flesh here. Pop them into the lamp. Then we're going to do second coat of colour. And you'll find if you're using a gel polish that's got a really high pigment, just like this one is, you won't have to creep too close to that cuticle. You'll able to just put a nice thin layer on a lot easier.
Notice that you haven't capped the free edge.
It's very difficult to cap the free edge.
Right,
and
okay. It's different on toes.
You can cap the free edge, however, it's very difficult to not get it all over the skin. Plus, your toes are not doing the dishes and things like that.
Right.
Well, my toes aren't anyway. And pop it in the lamp. Now we're going to top coat. Now I can cap that free edge because it's a little bit thicker because of the aqua gel. So I can cap that with the top coat. Now if you get any of the top coat or even gel polish on the skin, another thing to do is you can take an orange wood stick, dip it into the gel residue wipe off solution, and then scoop that out. If you touch it, because what will happen is the wood will soak up the gel residue wipe off solution, so it's soaking into the wood and it'll help you to clean up. Pop that in the lamp. And if you have any colour on your orange wood stick, what you can do is file the orange wood stick back into a point, and that'll get rid of the colour and make it fresh, ready to be used again. You want to do that while the foot's in the lamp as well, to save you a bit of time. Going to pop some cuticle oil on.
But you have to be careful with that. If you stand up straight away, you might slip over with having oil on.
I'm going to pull out the separator, and we can throw that in the bin. And then I'm going to rub the oil in, but what I'm also going to do is make sure I pull that cuticle back down as I'm rubbing that in. Because what that will do is it'll sneak the cuticle a little bit closer to the colour and make it look a lot neater again. Oh, this toe, what is that toe all about? It's like it's got a mallet on the end of it. So I'm just going to use a dry lint-free pad just to take off the excess oil off the actual nail. So you can see the shine. There you are, look at my beautiful toes. Not so beautiful. They're a lot better than they were though.
Less fake tanny.
Yeah, less fake tanny, nice and neat, ready for the sandals to go on because it's so glorious outside. Hence we have loads of wasps flying around, scaring me. So you guys, hope you've enjoyed that video. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Everything that I've used today will be listed below, even the orange wood sticks, everything. And I'll see you guys in the next video, so please keep watching. Bye-bye.
Don't panic. That's all I want.
Oh,
Just don't panic. Fine.
where is it?
I'm gonna get it. I remember having to do many a thing.
No, you've never been pregnant. Don't tell me that.
Well, I've got a belly that's kind of.
I'll be your alley. But I think for pregnant ladies, having the toes done is really nice for them. You can relax. You know everything's looking beautiful down there. I mean on the feet. Toe separator. What's flying around? What's flying around? Is it a bee? Is it a wasp?
I'm looking forward to you.
It's a wasp. It's up there. It's on the big curly light. Oh my God, it's lively as well.
Where are these all coming from? Where? This one?
Yeah, that light.